How's it guys? So today we'll be taking a look at two of the most popular SMGs in Warzone, the Bullfrog and the Mac 10. Since the release of the Mac 10 a couple of seasons ago, it still stays one of the most picked and played with weapons in Warzone. But the same can also be said about the Bullfrog. Both of these weapons received multiple nerfs as the seasons progressed. But still, even in Warzone Season 5, they provide players with a well-rounded SMG experience. But the real question is, if you have to choose between these two SMGs, which one should be your first choice? Well, in this video we aim to answer that question by checking out the base stats, time to kill and recoil of each weapon, as well as the best class setups I recommend. If you guys enjoy in-depth Warzone content like this and want to stay up to date with the best weapons to use in Warzone, hit that subscribe button and leave a like so this video can reach more people. And like always, let's get technical. Jumping into the base stats first, we can see the Mac 10 has an advantage over the Bullfrog when it comes to firing rate and damage range drop-off. With a firing rate of more than 1000 rounds per minute, it makes the Mac 10 one of the fastest firing weapons in Warzone. A faster firing rate makes a weapon more forgiving when you miss your shots. One area where the Bullfrog really shines in Warzone is damage per bullet. Having one of the highest damage per bullet outputs of any SMG in Warzone and easily beats the Mac 10 in the first and second damage ranges in all situations. But how does all of this translate into time to kill? Let's check it out. The faster firing rate of the Mac 10 can unfortunately not pull it back against the Bullfrog when it comes to time to kill. With the Bullfrog overall having a lower time to kill for chest shots, stomach shots and headshots in all situations. But not only that, the Bullfrog also has an advantage when it comes to shots to kill, requiring 3 less shots for chest and stomach shots in the first damage range and 4 less shots in the second damage range for chest and stomach shots. And it has a massive 5 shot advantage when it comes to headshots in the second damage range. But all of this time to kill numbers is only possible if you can get your shots on target, and that brings us into the recoil. Let's start this test off by checking out the Bullfrog first. This is me just shooting, not trying to control the recoil. The recoil pattern of the Bullfrog is very predictable, pulling slightly to the left. The Mac 10 on the other hand has a lot more vertical and horizontal recoil as well as visual recoil. It makes it a lot more difficult to engage targets at medium range. And also note that both of these tests were performed with the meta builds, which we'll get into now. Jumping into the Bullfrog class setup first, we take the Cruise Suppressor for a boost to bullet velocity and effective damage range. The Task Force Barrel will give us a further boost to bullet velocity and effective damage range, as well as a boost to strafe speed. Next we'll focus on mobility by taking the Tiger Team Spotlight for a boost to movement speed and aim walking movement speed. To boost that mobility even further we take the Skeleton Stock. And to end off this build we take the 65 round mag. It doesn't have that massive ADS penalty as with the 85 round mag, but still provides us with more than enough bullets to engage multiple targets. This build overall makes the weapon as mobile as possible while also pushing out the effective damage range and boosting the bullet velocity. Next up we'll do the same for the Mac 10, also starting off with the Cruise Suppressor for a boost to bullet velocity and effective damage range. The Task Force Barrel will just further boost our bullet velocity and effective damage range, as the same with the Bullfrog. Next up we take the Tiger Team Spotlight for the boost to movement speed and aim walking movement speed, and combine that with the Raider Stock for a further boost to aim walking movement speed and sprint to fire time. Lastly we take the Standard 55 round mag. Unlike with the Bullfrog we do get a slight ADS penalty with this magazine. On the surface the builds between these two weapons are very similar, but taking a look at how the attachment changes the stats of each weapon, we can see that the Bullfrog ends up with a higher bullet velocity, as well as a faster ADS time and a super fast sprint to fire time. The Mac 10 does have an advantage over the Bullfrog when it comes to reload time and movement speed, as well as damage range drop off. So with all of the testing and statistics in mind, what's the final verdict? Well, the Mac 10 does have a super fast firing rate, making it more forgiving when you miss your shots. It's also one of the most mobile SMGs in Warzone. But one area where it really falls behind is in time to kill, killing slower than the Bullfrog in the first and second damage ranges in all situations. And that's mostly thanks to the higher damage per bullet of the Bullfrog. And with a maximum ammo capacity of 85 rounds, you can have an insane damage per mag potential with this weapon. So overall I think we can agree the win goes to the Bullfrog. It's overall just a better rounded SMG at the moment, and that 85 round mag can make this weapon deadly in trios and quads. But that's just my opinion and I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Have you tried out the Bullfrog and are you willing to switch from the Mac 10 to the Bullfrog? Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you didn't hit that subscribe button yet, now's your chance to do so. Stay safe, stay gaming, I'll check you guys in the next one.